Morning. Dan here, Beach Beach up. Just getting our last bit of fuel here. Well, last bit of fuel this thing's gonna have in Canada for quite some time. A little ice, couple of drinks, giving her a once over. Actually held like, I'll burn a third of a tank of fuel last night going around the ring road. Yeah, I think everything's good to go. It pushed just a little bit of water out, but I had it right full. So, you know, you want a little bit of an air gap, so that's fine. Also, I really should put a catch can on this. Anyway, here's what we're doing today. We're going to attempt our first leg to Biloxi, Mississippi for Cruisin The Coast. Now we're taking a funny route because I have to end up in Atlanta because I'm going to meet up with Newburn and, you know, kind of cruise down with him. Also, it was very cheap to get a flight from Winnipeg to Atlanta for Danielle. So she's flying down for like $150. So I'm on my lonesome, which is fine. I mean, I guess she doesn't love me. But along the way, I figure we go stop by Speedway, pick up a hood scoop, because these are cool, but they're basically toilet bowls when it comes to rain. I want to get a GASSER style scoop, and yeah, feels like a good place to stop for the day. It'll be a 12-hour run. Well, we'll see how the day goes. We haven't had a successful, you know, kind of long cruise yet, but I'm hoping slowly but surely we're getting all the things worked out of this thing. Seems to ride okay. The one tire rubs just a little bit, but I'm hoping that'll fix itself somehow. I'll put a little bit more air in the bags. We'll drive. We have to cut a little more. Such is life. It is on the side, which was tight. There we have it. A gasser from Winnipeg, Manitoba to all the way down to Atlanta and then over to Biloxi. So I don't know what it is, 17 or 1800 miles. Should be fine. Let's get on the road. Maybe I'll see you on the other side of the border. I tend not to jinx it with those border guys, you know. They're a little fastidious and they control my future. See you on the road. We're in America. Got to the first fuel stop. Turned into a friggin' car show. Sunglasses. Just in Grand Forks, like 150 miles from home. Car's running good. Seems to be like $3,000 is like 75 mile an hour. Running 14 and a half, 15. You know, it's good. It's running happy, running cool, and we got 12 and a half miles to the gallon. So I think I'll probably stop in, well, I don't know. I want Arby's. We have to stop at Fargo, be able to set the cameras up a little bit better there. I'm just got a bit of a late start. I'm just trying to make some miles, but so far it seems okay. Might tighten up the alternator belt a little bit. It howled just when I fired up after getting fuel, but according to that, we're fine. Back on the road. Screw you, Martsky. Oh, another fuel stop. It's hard to even stop and get fuel. Everybody wants to talk about this fantastic hot rod. The old girl's doing good. Fluid levels are all good. Running fine. You know, push every time you stop, push just a little bit of water out. Just that little spot there, so no real big deal. We're maybe an hour into South Dakota, and yeah, I think we're a few hours away from Sioux City or something like that. I'd like to make it there, maybe get something to eat, but I'll pull all the stuff out of the bag and we'll maybe do a little cruise down the road action here for a little bit. We're cruising 80 mile an hour, $3,000, 3,100. Few RPM in it. It's running 14 to 1, it's running cool, and we're getting 12, 13 miles to the gallon. So what else could a guy want other than to be there a little bit faster? make some time. Car's doing pretty good still, no real issues. We just left Sioux City, Iowa. I think I'm about an hour from Omaha, and then Lincoln, Speedway is in Lincoln. It's just a little bit past that, so I'm going to crash there tonight. What else was there? I stopped for fuel there. It was running a little low, so I'd put a little bit more idle in it. I don't know if maybe the screws have just kind of backed out slightly from all the 3,000 RPM for about 8.5 hours so far today, but I put a little idle in it. It was fine. There's no vacuum leaks. There's no nothing. Anything else was a problem, so I might put a little paint marker on it. Tomorrow I was thinking I'll wake up. The belt squeaks a little bit when you start it, so I gotta crank the belt up, and yeah, I just do a few little things. But honestly, doing not too bad. This is the boring leg of the trip. After this, every few hours, 5 hours, so it's kind of something I know and should be a lot better. Anyway, we'll catch up in a little bit. I don't know, do you want to give me some Arby's for dinner or something like that? I made it home for the night. Man, you can't go wrong with a Holiday Inn Express. I'm gonna pull the battery cable, and I'm probably gonna take the coil wire with me into the hotel. So we got in to Lincoln, had myself a little snack with Arby's. Then actually I went and hung out with a couple of Speedway guys that we went on power tour with. That was kind of cool. Saw them for a little bit outside of work hours. I'm gonna crash. I'm tired. This thing did fantastic. So we were buzzing. It was 750 miles we did today, or 715. Well, I forget what the math worked out. The kilometers to miles, eh? This thing ran for 10 hours, 3,000 RPM, 13 miles to the gallon. You can't drive a straight axle on the street. I did. Anyway, today was the long day. Tomorrow is hang out at Speedway a little bit. I'm going to grab a few things. I want to grab a scoop. I'm thinking I might get some different Heims for the front, like chromoly, just overkill ones just to have while I'm there. And the alternator bracket on this thing I'm not stoked with. The belt does squeal on fire up and stuff. So I'm going to see if I can put some more adjustment in it tomorrow. If I can, it's hard to do, but and everything is just hot. Everything is hot. I'm going to go have a little napski. I'll see you guys in the morning, and I'm super excited to take a look at the Speedway Museum, see what they got going on there. Hopefully no one jacks with this thing, and yeah, see you tomorrow. Well, she's a little brisk out. Pretty sure Danny was messing with me. She packed my luggage and loaded the car, and I didn't realize it last night, but she put all my stuff in the pink suitcase. That's awesome. Anyway, car's still here. She's a little fogged up. There's a little drop of oil under the transmission, which actually I knew before I left. Let's pop the hood here real quick. So overall, I think we're doing pretty good. The belt squeals when you first fire it up. I'm gonna see if I can put a little more tension on it. I gotta say, this Chinesium alternator bracket, it's a little so work with that a little bit if I can real quick, see if I can get under it, maybe give her a bit of a crank, or I don't know what I can do there. It's like a turnbuckle or something. Anyway, so the plan today, it's like 7:30 in the morning. Gonna run the Speedway, hang out there for maybe an hour or two if I can. On the way there, I'm actually gonna hit up O'Reilly's. I want to get a little chunk of hose, and maybe I can put a bottle or something zip tied in here, just so it can not yak out any little coolant when I stop. And then we got to put on 500 miles today. We're going to go try and see Mike Cotton, crash at his place tonight. And then the following day is actually going to stop at Vice Grips, pick up a hood, and then New Berns. So a couple of long days, but the first day was, the car did pretty good. It's for sure the longest. The most amount of miles we put on, 725 or something like that miles. This thing did great. I'm hoping I can do a little bit more filming and stuff today, but we'll see. Just trying to get there. There's a lot of miles to put on in a short amount of time. So I'll get this thing all sorted out. We'll see what we can accomplish. All right, so I put a little more tension in the belt. Actually, I got a fair bit more. So hopefully that's good. I tightened the header bolts real quick, even though they're already fine. I think we're just going to put a bottle right in here, like zip tied to the radiator, a little hose in there. Put the battery up. Cables on. For some reason, some people are starting to leave here, obviously, as I'm working on my fine machine here. And they always seem to say the same thing. Good luck. I don't get it. I'm just in a hotel with my reliable vehicle like everyone else is. Makes this thing will fire up. Got the idle set just a little high, but let's see. Panorama. We'll have to feather it just a little bit there, but we'll let it warm up. We'll wipe the windows down, and we got away to O'Reilly. We're 6 minutes from Speedway. I just got the O'Reilly DD Speed Shop discount, also known as full price. Let's roll. Parts. The free shipping's handy, but I thought I'd just run it down, you know?
Right. We can rescue you within 100 miles.
It's on camera, I just heard it. Okay, so we just got Speedway. This is like Joe's little sanctuary back here, which is absolutely fantastic. So this is the Chevelle that was on Power Tour with us earlier in the year, which is awesome. And this is the damn car that started it all for me. So they built this, was it 4 or 5 years ago now? Is that 19? So this was done week to wicket when that series was going. It's a 67, 6?
It's actually a 67, but we put 66 fenders on it.
Oh, okay.
Just told everybody it was a 66.
Well, I don't know much about these things, but they look cool. So anyways, when they saw it, it was like they built it in a week, and I was like, oh, they can build it in a week, anybody can. So it's the same deal, slightly way fancier. Holy moly. Man, look at these brake lines you guys did. It's a big block. Was it a power glide in it?
It's power glide.
Power glide. But it's kind of the same idea that I ended up doing for mine. They had to trim their fenders just a little bit. They raised it a little, I guess, but yeah, this thing is like way nice. It's actually a nice roll bar. Just take some pictures of that because Danny's gonna need one in her hot rod. Footprint gas pedal, you got it all. So that's pretty wicked. And then this thing here is his current project, which I know he's a little up against the gun here. I've been talking to him. So this is their C10 build, which is going to SEMA, which is like a month away. No big deal.
Yeah. I mean, no big deal, right?
No problem.
It looks like a truck already.
I honestly think we could have it at Cruisin The Coast, but he didn't think so. So this is all their gear, so it's a stock chassis, but the whole, you know, everything is Speedway at the back, right? So all the arms, the diff, bolt in, like the whole...
It's all bolt together, rear suspension, G-comfort
tank, the whole unit. Like it's pretty slick, and it's set up for LS. That's what you're doing.
These are our LS mounts.
So all bolt in.
It's got a 5.3 junkyard 5.3 that's going in it.
Why would you waste money? There you go. So this saves all sorts of time. I like this. Maybe I should build a little Chevy truck one of these days, but I don't know. I'm too attracted to garbage. Anyways, I'm gonna run to the parts counter real quick because I want to get a scoop and I want to get some extra Heims just to have. I want to put some chromoly ones on there, and then we're gonna hit the museum real quick. Slap the air filter on this thing in case we had some weather, and I'm hightailing it out of here. All right, we're going around the parts counter, so engage the hard start panorama. Oh, I love it. Try not to hit anything. I think you're good. Feel like treating into your truck.
Please don't do that.
Don't worry, we do the body work this afternoon. I'm real good with a claw hammer.
Yeah, that's how that truck was built.
Perfect.
Stumping a claw hammer.
So we gotta drive to the parts counter because it's too far to walk.
Big warehouse.
Big warehouse. Adam's the guy that hooked me up with all the stuff. Look at this bag of garbage there. But the scoop's what we want. Hand delivered, so we had to drive. We drove because we're lazy, but he walked it. No wonder he fits a large, and I'm in the plus size. But we're gonna see, hopefully we can get this scoop on here real quick. And, well, we might do a little bit of trimming up the front, but whatever. Zach's here. He'll take care of it for us.
I'll try.
Just gonna kind of eyeball and see if we gotta cut it first.
I suppose you could always put it on and
put it on
shut the hood and then put it on.
I think it's fine.
Within the next thing. Well,
it might work, I don't know.
Oh, where's your comma?
Oh, barely. We just need to trim the back a little bit. Cool.
So close yet so far. So we kind of just cut maybe ½ inch off the back. I want to just whack it with a hammer, but the look on everyone's face when I said that was clearly not what we're doing. So we're gonna get a little grinder and just zing a little bit out of there and be good. Put it down there. It looks cool though. Oh yeah. You know what the best part is? Danielle's birthday is October 1st, and she doesn't know it, but this is what her present is. I didn't buy her anything. And it worked out great. I got a hell of a deal. You know, I don't feel like everybody just gets to make their stuff fit in the back shop. They're covering up the one nice car. Or the
painted cars are the worst because you have to worry about them.
Okay, let's make this happen. They said, do you want to put a line on it? I said no.
Just an illusion.
Look at that. Oh, but it's your brace that's in there.
Yeah. That might need a hammer.
Or it just has to come off first. Well, no, I'm jammed it. It was shiny.
I wonder if we...
It has to go. Unfortunately, it has to go down. It's got to get worse before it gets better, guys. Do you want to close your eyes real quick? There we go.
There you go. Oh yeah.
Oh no! Don't come over here. Okay, well I'll just take it on and off before I lift the hood next time. Okay. So we got just a little bit of rubbing yet here, but I have to move the air cleaner. Oh, let's see. Oh yeah. I think that should be good.
Good thing you used the big one.
Oh, yeah. Start with the big one and work your way down. So we're at the museum. I got about a half hour. You know how time goes. We really DD speed shop the hell out of this scoop there. Didn't even make it out of the package and we already mangled it, but it looks friggin' cool. We'll do a quick run through here and I'm hitting the road. So we're 10 feet in the door. Oh man. Everyone has told me when I come here you need to spend like a whole day, and I have 18 minutes. So we're just gonna kind of rush through, but all the cutaways, and we do gotta come back, hang out, and like see everything properly.
I mean, I have been coming and going from this museum for like almost 20 years now, and every time I walk in the door, I see something new. And it's not because it's like a new thing, it's like a thing that I haven't seen before. This place is just insane.
Well, we just walked around the museum, I'm not gonna lie. I did a terrible job of filming in there. You can't film a museum, but come to the Speedway thing. I'm coming back, we made plans. I need like 2 days here, but I got kind of the 1 hour tours. Unbelievable amount of things in there. They're opening up new spaces. It's gonna be fantastic, but we do gotta get on the road. So thanks again to the boys here, Zach and Joe. No problem. Fantastic guys. They took care of me, and they're giving me a warranty on this stuff. So 500 miles, is that what it is? Worth of towing if I have an issue? So I'll see you guys at the next gas stop. Okay, I'm out of here. Just got some fuel at a rather seedy gas station, but out of town things. Anyways, Speedway was awesome. Those guys just absolutely styled us. got that scoop on there. It turns out it's Danny's birthday present from Speedway, so they're great guys. Headed St. Louis bound. I got the Google Maps on. 7 hours. So it's 11 o'clock right now. We'll be getting there in the dark, but we should be good. I think I have everything I need. Wallet, phone, headphones, GoPro, passport. Well, let's roll. All right, well, little fuel stop. Decided to get off the main road there and take a little bit. No, I wouldn't say back road, but not the main interstate anymore. Barely even anything came out of that, so that's perfect. Everything's still looking good. Just gonna check the oil. Things cruising. I mean, I can't really complain. I guess we're kind of in the sun here. Everything seems like it's going pretty good. Boredom is taking effect. It's starting to get hot. Set of cool shirts would be pretty sweet. But seats are comfy, everything's going pretty good. It's not huffing any oil or doesn't smell like there's any problems. Tires aren't rubbing. Everything seems good. I'm just gonna give the front end a shake real quick, but everything is still intact. We're probably I don't know if we put a couple hundred miles on yet. We're I don't know, I took a turn around Kansas City and went for another hour or so and decided I need some fuel. So once over, back on the road. Some small town got a little bit of fuel and I thought, we were off the highway. Now we're really off the highway, and this is actually kind of turning into be a pretty cool little drive. So I think we're gonna still kind of twisties. It's like a 45 or 50 mile an hour highway. A little bit of a detour, but I'm ready for something a little different. Sitting there buzzing forever is a little boring. So yeah, car's doing good. Can't really complain. Might be a little things loose, but says you guys on the dash. We'll go for a cruise.
Morning. Yesterday the GoPro crapped out. SD card error, had to go buy a new one. Cruising on that road, we ended up just outside of St. Louis. Crashed with my buddy Mike Cotton. It's kind of worked on his little project a little bit for Cruisin The Coast, so he's headed down there shortly. At this point I'm bailing, and I got to keep on keeping on. I actually got to stop by Vice Grips, pick up a part. That'll be something else, and then hopefully make it to New Berns tonight. The old hot rod's running good. I'm turning all that RPM. It's using a little bit of oil. I think I put in about a quart so far, and we're I don't even know how many more. Winnipeg, St. Louis, do the math. At 3,000 RPM, I feel like just absolutely bagging on it like that is probably the cause of it. Otherwise, gave it kind of a quick once over. You know, coolant's good. Everything seems like we're doing okay. I don't even want to say it out loud. I don't want to jinx myself, but so far so good. But anything could happen yet. So I think I got another 10 or 11 hour day, depending on how stops go and all that. But let's get on the highway. Man, I gotta say, as annoying as this is sometimes when you're on the car, it's just buzzing away and my ears are hurting and all that stuff. Be a pretty cool story, right? So let's go burn some more money. Fuel's cheap down here, I love it.
But hey, we're making her through. Put us only 5 minutes back on our destination time, so I think we're still doing okay. But we're getting the roads dry up just a little bit here. I'm down at 65 miles an hour. And once it dries up a little bit, hopefully a few more miles, we'll dial her back up to 80 and start zinging past all these semis that pass me in the rain. I'll pass them all, I'll pull her for fuel, they'll pass me again, and then I'll pass them again. It's a little game we have, it's actually pretty good. But, yeah, I'm happy to see the sun. What a sight to see. Alright, back to work. Well, we're battling the weather on and off, had a wiper blade malfunction, we got that fixed up. Filled up with fuel, we're basically I think it's from one of our last stops here before. Hang on. Oh yeah, man, this thing. It's a good car. Last stop, one of our last stops in Kentucky before we're hitting Tennessee. You guys messaged me, said get gas. It's cheaper here, so I did. Ultimately, I just got 14.1 miles to the gallon. So I'm where am I here? Just talking to me. I'm 80 miles, I think, from Nashville. Something like that. Oh God. There's traffic. But yeah, back on the road. How many more gas stops are we gonna have here? Probably got I'll get one more in Tennessee probably. I do want to hit the Bucky's up. Make Danielle jealous. Do 203. There's one on here. Wide open. Go 82 miles to Nashville, Tennessee. Let's see if the weather holds, but it's not looking great. Not great. Not gonna lie, I'm excited to slow down a little bit on the damn highway. It's been a little bit of a white knuckle drive for the last hour or so, but we're on schedule. We gotta get there in a hurry. So we'll see how this goes, and I think on the other side of Nashville, or just outside, the weather should clear up, I'm hoping. I'm thinking. I'm hoping.
Huh? Bricklin hood. I ain't going nowhere. It's actually a lot smaller than I thought it would be to ship it. I really am contemplating just cutting it in fours and put it in my suitcase. I think I might do that. Anyway, Van Turk's such a good guy. He gave me this Sasquatch sign. He said he doesn't know many other Sasquatches. I took it as a compliment. Anyway, it was a yard sale in the car a little bit. It's got a bit of a idling issue where it's kind of, it won't drop down. You got to kind of blip the throttle for it to drop. We did drive through a bunch of rain, so I bought a can of overpriced WD-40. $10. Anyways, I'm thinking I'm going to kind of spray the linkage down a little. Something must have got a bunch of water in there because it wasn't doing it before that. And then, you know, I totally forgot. This is a real hokey poke spring setup I did, and it looks like it could use a different one. I was going to make a little tab to go there, like a regular carb spring, instead of riding on this serrated edge. But, you know, I just forgot about that till right now. So either I'll put another spring in it maybe, or I don't know, just double check all the linkage, make sure everything is happy and nothing's kind of binding up. There's kind of a lot of moving parts in this, so it seems fine. But if you're driving, it'll just kind of stick, and then it won't, just that last little bit. Well, I wonder if maybe we'll play with it a little bit, and then we'll get back on the road. We got like 4 hours, I think, to New Berns, and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm ready for a nap. Well, we're at the fuel station of fuel stations. Filled up a little bit. I think, you know what I'm gonna do? I think starting to burble a little bit in the highway. I'm gonna change plugs. Kind of tired of being in the car anyway, so I'm gonna go into the corner there. Picked up Danny a bunch of birthday presents. She loves this place. Might need a little bit of oil, we'll see. But kind of chuggle it over there. Let it cool off for a little bit, and we'll pull plugs. The carburetors are acting a lot better now. The idle has actually dropped from where I had it, so obviously whatever was sticky is now not. So we'll go over there and start working on this thing a little bit. And then we're 2 hours from a destination, but I still have to find a hotel, so I might actually have Danny do that while I'm wrenching. There we go. It's actually such a gorgeous night out. Nights like this are done at home, unfortunately. Plugs are a little on the, I don't know. Well, they're crispy, what can I say? But I don't remember if I changed these before I left or not. I know I was going to, because you're tuning it, screwing around and all that, so whatever. I don't want to fire this thing up, but there is a state trooper over there. I have gotten 3 thumbs up from state troopers while driving, but firing this thing up, rubbing snot out of it and all that, maybe we'll just wait until they leave real quick. I put just a little bit of oil in it. Honestly, as I was filling up, I'm like, I should just do an oil change on it tomorrow. We have the day. The plan tonight, I'm gonna roll in, get a hotel, and then go see Newbern tomorrow. I know he's wrenching on a few things, so maybe I can lend a hand and give this thing a quick once over, and yeah, I don't know. Should be okay. I'm pretty confident in it. I think we have like 150 or 200 miles to go. Unfortunately, it's all nighttime at this point, so we'll get to the hotel and maybe finish off this video. I know it's gonna be a long one, but we'll finish off tomorrow at Newbern's and then do a little maintenance. Then off to the coast. All right, let's see what this hot rod does. I'm gonna call that good. It runs much better, much happier. I didn't do anything to it, so obviously plugs. Who'd have thought? Road trip. Ugh. New morning. I fell asleep editing the video last night, and I have a kink in my neck now. So 3 days of driving into it, but falling asleep on the computer did. Anyway, we got to hit O'Reilly's. There's literally one in the same parking lot. Mint. I'm gonna do an oil change on this thing, see if they have different squirters for the carburetor. I also noticed last night the exhaust. She's variable adjustable, so we gotta weld that up at Newbern's. Do a little bit of maintenance on this thing. Danny's flying in, I think at noon 30 or something like that today. Go deal with her, and I think we'll help Newbern, maybe Brandon. I think they're working on some hot rod. Those guys are last minute, and carry on from there. So let's ride over to O'Reilly's, Newbern's, see what they got going on, a little bit of maintenance, and we'll talk about this hot rod, because I'm blown away, honestly, like how well everything went. At this point now, if it screws up, I'm just wrenching with my buddies on the side of the road, so it'll be fun. You can't drive a dual quad tunnel ram every day. Okay, made it. I'm gonna do a quick oil change on this hot rod. I'm gonna change out these Heims while I'm at it. We're gonna play with the carburetors a little bit. Let's do a little bit. So there's never a dull moment in old New Berns garage. So last time we were here, we built that 57 for Brandon. And I think they're gonna still do work for that. This is his old man's car. They're trying to put a blower and stuff on. We're leaving tomorrow morning. So we'll see. Go around this way. Yeah, just truck lap tank. Look, just out in the rain. This guy. So you guys all know Krusty, New Berns 57. He's been posting about it. So he's put a big old blower on this thing. So he's doing that for Biloxi, and actually I gotta pick up parts here too. So he called me. Summit did a Labor Day sale or something like that. Anyway, so he was there. They had display model stuff, and I bought this off them for El Cheapo. It's a display model, so it's been on the wall. So you've probably spun that if you were ever at the Atlanta Summit. But we got that, the belt, the intake manifold. I knocked this over. But anyway, that's going in my suitcase. I think it's going to go in the Nomad when we get home. Put another carburetor from Ken there on it, and we'll see how it does. But that Nomad, it's good, but needs like 100 more horsepower. And I feel like just bolting it on like that is way easier than building a motor or doing whatever. And then, yeah, it'll be perfect. Anyway, I mean, my only worry is I feel like New Berns gave me like, try it. The first one's free, you know, with that little 144 blower. Now, this is gonna be hard to hear this thing run. 57 Chevy, the blower. I'm worried about Cruisin The Coast, so we're gonna get addicted to expensive stuff, you know. But anyways, Danny's flying in. She's on a plane as we speak. I'm gonna work on my junk a little, and then I guess I'll help these guys. I don't even know where to start on this. Like, when I say this, we're leaving tomorrow. Like, we're leaving tomorrow. There's no fuel lines. There's no radiators, no dress. I don't think the key's gonna work and fire this thing up. Exhaust badass. Eesh. Danny's here.
It's very hot.
Very hot. We're in Georgia. Just kind of doing some screwing around maintenance. I did an oil change on it. Took the carburetors apart, just to clean them because I think they got all kind of full of junk. They seem like they're doing good now. Nice little linkage, reset everything. I changed power valves in it because Dave had a couple, so I put some in that will come in at a different vacuum kind of level. So hopefully it has a stumble on the highway. Hopefully that'll go away. Seems to rev good now. And yeah, I think that's all I really did. Now I'm going to, well, I've done 3 out of 4, but I'm just changing the Heims. So these are the ones that come with the kit, and they're fine. There's nothing really wrong with them. But again, I think most people that buy a Gasser kit to put on their hot rod probably aren't going to put 1,700 miles on it like the next day. So these are the ones I bought. These are the chromoly ones, so they're just a little bit more kind of heavy duty. They have less kind of wobble to them. Before we're doing, it'll be just fine. So we're going to put one more of those on. I'm just doing one at a time, so I think as long as I do one at a time, they go on and off easy. Shouldn't affect the ligament or anything like that. So that's all we gotta do there. Danny's gonna clean up the car. Oh, could you this way so I gotta look over? Thanks. Get it all taken care of, and then I'm just gonna weld up that rear exhaust there, and should be fine. We're gonna go hang out at the hotel on the air conditioning for a little bit. I'm gonna actually edit this video, start uploading it, then we're gonna come back and hang out for the next video. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta do. Is that all I needed? Oh, the motor mount was loose actually. We gotta tighten the motor mounts too. At some point before we leave tomorrow night.
Go get on it.
Sorry. Well, how was travel too long for you?
I'm very hungry.
She gets here, she's like, when's lunch? I'm like, I'm eating donuts and Mr. Pibbs for days. All right, I'm gonna change this last one and then spin it around, back up, do the exhaust. We'll go hang out in the pool for a little bit.
Do you want us to watch you?
Not really. There's a lot of ass crack.
It is a lot. Can confirm.
Okay, so we're back at the hotel. It's friggin' hot, like deadly hot.
We had Chick-fil-A.
We had Chick-fil-A. We're from up north. It's hot, so we enjoyed a nice Chick-fil-A, and I think we're gonna have a hot shower. Well, I need a shower. My neck's killing me. Fixed everything up. The exhaust is good. Yeah, I mean, realistically, it is what it is. So there we go. 1,700, just shy of 1,700 miles. The Chevy II Gasser. Everyone says you can't drive a Gasser that far. Clear across the, well, I guess it across, but it's north-south? North-south. We still have 300 miles or something like that before we hit Biloxi tomorrow. I'm confident, and well, we'll fix it one way or the other. But I gotta say, the thing made it. Was it the most comfortable ride? I'm gonna say no. It was not an Escalade or a Audi, but it was a little loud. I caused that. It was a little revvy. I also caused that. And it was a little bouncy in the front. It was a little stiff. I also caused that. But you know what? The car's on the road. We're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna stay down here for power tour, so we get to fly around. I'm excited about that. Driving from Winnipeg to Atlanta twice in a couple months is not something I ever thought I would do. Now, obviously we named it Nova priced because I overpaid for the car and people said that. And then we did spend money on this hot rod, no bones about it. But in my mind, we spent the money smart. And, you know, the proof's in the pudding here. Made it all the way down, relatively trouble-free. The could have it been done easier or cheaper and all that stuff? I mean, it could have been, but why would you do that? It looks ridiculous. The amount of thumbs up this got on the highway was ridiculous. I absolutely loved it. Every gas station, people are coming up and asking about it. Time and money well spent.
State troopers liked it. 3
state troopers gave me the thumbs up. The only one I was iffy on was when I was at Buc-ee's there. It's in the video. I had it all blown apart and they were just kind of staring at me. I was like, I better not fire it up till they leave. But otherwise, there was no issues. People dug it and it went well. So, I mean, this was just a shell of a car. That Speedway axle bolted on. Me and Danny did it. Tape measure alignment. It worked fine. It's a little stiff and I might mess with taking a leaf or two out at some point just to, I don't really want to drop it even. I do like the height, but just a little bit more jaunts would be great. I mean, the rear end bolted in. I screwed up one axle there, but otherwise it was good. Like all that stuff just kind of worked, you know? And it was great. I can't really complain. Carburetors are mint, and you know what? Trying to figure out the tuning of it between Corvette John and then Ken at FST were helping me out and doing this and that. You know, I think we might change the power valves, do a few things like that, but ultimately this thing got like 14 and a bit miles to the gallon, turning, like I was going 80 mile an hour the whole time, 3,000 RPM, just sailing. Like, what else can you ask for? If we dialed it back to 65, I bet it would have got 15, 16 miles to the gallon. Like that's like a newer truck, so that's fine. Can't complain about that. So those things are mint. You know, last in, and we went over the rad just real quick when we got it. So you know, Delta, this was $1. There's no bones about it. But like I said earlier, I think I said in the last video, all these radiators are just getting to be a fortune. And actually Danielle was just saying, like, my number one thing I hate more than anything is overheating. The night before we left, the thing yacked an alternator and all that, and I had to go fix it in the rain. That didn't really bother me, to be honest, but Danny was a little unhappy about it. She was like, it's raining. I didn't mind it. It was what it was. So a part was known, broken. You get another SKU number, you bolt it on, you carry on. When it comes to stuff like cooling, I mean, it's just, it either it's gonna work or it's not, and there's no way around it. Here, I don't know what it was today. It had to be in the 90s for sure. And all week in Biloxi, it's gonna be the same thing. Stop and go traffic, all that stuff. I can't wait to go around and see how many cars are overheating and see what they're running for a radiator. Because it ain't gonna be one of these. So if you're, I just love the guy. Again, it's the customer service, the carburetor guy, Speedway guys, all that stuff. I'm at a point now where we're meeting all these people, and I know it's a luxury that we can kind of do that. But when good, you know, good people want to help you out, you want to support their product as well. Is this thing leaking oil? Or is that the last guys? Hopefully that's the last guys. Anyways, like I said, no problems whatsoever. Yeah, we got to deal with this hood. Unfortunately, I was toying with the idea of cutting it right in half and just bringing it home and oversized baggage, like on a hockey bag, but we'll have to figure out some shipping there. I think that's kind of about it for this video. So we made it. Coming up next, there'll be a lot of Biloxi content, hopefully, and stuff like that. Should be a lot of fun hanging out with all those guys. And oh, if you're gonna be around there, Danielle spent all my money on t-shirts. We'd love to sell you an overpriced, low quality, off-size, off-print shirt. They're all good stuff. And we'd love to meet you guys. So I don't know where we're gonna be, but we'll see.
And it's my birthday.
Oh, it's Danielle's birthday. Not that that means anything. But we're gonna be down there. We'll post up maybe on Facebook, Instagram, whatever we can, where we're gonna be, where we're gonna hang out. We'd love to see all you guys in your hot rods, stuff like that. Hopefully, you'll see me on the beach eating shrimp until I'm sick, because I feel like I've earned it after driving this damn hot rod so far. But thank you guys for watching and being along for the ride. And make sure you leave a comment below, do all those things. And I really hope you are at the show. And if you're ever thinking about building a hot rod and you're convincing yourself not to do it, or whatever it may be, just get out there, drive an old hot rod. It'll work out, probably. See you tomorrow.